Hey Bay Youth, it's Yasmin. Hope you guys have had an awesome week so far and are ready for our service today. But first, we're going to get into some announcements. For our first announcement, we are having youth events back at both campuses Tuesday at 7 p.m. at our Concord campus and Wednesday at 7 p.m. at our Brentwood campus. Registration is now required at both campuses, so click the link in our bio to find your campus's form and fill it out before you guys come.
Announcement number 2. On February 13th and 14th, we will be having a student weekend on our Concord campus, which means our Bay Youth will be running service that weekend. We want to get as many youth involved as possible, so if you are interested in greeting, checking in, being an usher, or tech, fill out the form with the link in our bio.
On Wednesday, February 24th, we'll be combining at the Brentwood campus for a fun and socially distant movie night. So make sure you save the date in your calendar and invite some friends if you want. And now I'm going to turn it over to our worship team to lead us in a song.
When night is falling, when fear is calling, still you're calling me. When faith is lost, my hope exhausted, you will be my strength. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on, but it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on, but it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In every season, you keep repeating promises to me, and there's no stopping what you have started until it is complete. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on, but it won't let go. Feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on, but it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In my soul. When my mind says I'm not good enough, God, you're enough for me. I've decided I'm not giving up. You won't give up on me. You won't give up on me. Your love is holding on, but it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo. Your love is holding on, but it won't let go. I feel it breaking out like an echo, echo in my soul. In my soul.
Hey Bays fam, it's me, Pastor Paulo, and I hope you're all doing well. I want to share a word with you today, something that, to be honest with you, I've struggled with this past week. I've been wrestling with this thought to myself personally, I'm just being vulnerable and honest with you, I've been wrestling with this thought of, do I have what it takes? I've been wrestling with this thought of, am I good enough to do this? I've been wrestling with this whole idea of, am I strong enough to do this? I've had some trials, I've had some setbacks, I've had some issues along the way. And as you guys know, there's a lot of ups and downs in our life as believers. And I really wrestled with this idea of, am I enough? Am I good enough? Am I you fill in the blank? What does that mean for you? And as I wrestled with these thoughts, God reminded me this week that it didn't matter. It didn't matter if I was strong enough. It didn't matter if I was brave enough. It didn't matter if I had what it took, because God does. Because God is enough. And I have to remind myself of that truth. And my prayer for you today is that you remind yourself of that same truth. That even in those moments when you feel like you're incapable or inadequate, God reminds us that He is more than enough. So even in my moments of weakness, God is still able. How powerful is that? And in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul was actually in this moment where he was struggling with an ailment. He was struggling with this idea of not being good enough. Physically, he wasn't good enough. And in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul is crying out to God to please take away what is wrong with me. Take away what I am lacking. Take away my insecurities and my hurt. And God reminded him, this is what God said, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. I'm going to read that again because it's so profound and so powerful. 2 Corinthians 12:9. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in your weakness. Our inadequacies allow God's strength to shine. The moments where we fall short allows God to step forward. When we've come to the end of our own line and capabilities, God says, it's my turn to take over. In our weakness, God finds His power and strength. I think of people like Abraham and Sarah, who they were supposed to multiply and give birth to the nations, but they were barren. That didn't make sense. I think of David, who's supposed to slay Goliath, but he's small, and all he has is a couple of stones. I think of people in scripture like Moses, who was supposed to lead God's people out of Egypt into the promised land, but he couldn't speak. Not only that, all he had was a little staff. I think of even moments in scripture where Jesus was supposed to feed thousands, but all he had in front of him was a couple pieces of bread and fish. And I'm reminded time and time again in scripture that you might not be able, that I might not be able, but God is. I might not have the abilities to do something, but God does. I want to remind you that we serve a God of even those. What do I mean by a God of even those? What I mean by that is even though you are weak, He is strong. Even though you fail, He is a God of victory. Even though you're tired, He can give you rest. Even though you feel like your circumstances are impossible to overcome, He says that all things are possible. Even though you can't, He can. Even though you fill in the blank, what is it for you that you have said you're not good at? That you said that you are incapable? That you said, I am too weak, I am too frail, I am not strong enough. Even though you feel that way, we serve a God who can work miracles and wonders. We serve a God who is able, even though. So my prayer for every single one of you that's listening today, every single one of you that's struggling with an insecurity that I've struggled with, every single one of you that's struggling with this thought of, am I good enough? Am I strong enough? Am I capable of enough? This is for you, for the person who is watching and listening right now, who thinks that they can't do it, who says that they are not capable, who says that they don't have the capabilities of accomplishing. God looks at you straight in the eye, straight into your soul, and says, even though you can't, I can. We serve a God of the even though. I pray that even though you're going through the circumstances that you're going through, that God will walk you through them. And even though you don't have the tools to help you walk into this next season of your life, I believe that we serve a God who will carry you and provide every single thing that you need. Hey, I love you. I am praying for you today, and I am believing that God is going to walk you through your even those. Be blessed. You guys are phenomenal, and I can't wait to see you. If you're watching this on Sunday, that means that going forward, that we are going to be meeting in person, indoors. How awesome is that? Big church and our youth group as well. So I'm excited. Stay tuned. Can't wait to see you guys soon. Peace.
Ooh.